What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? A little dark today, a little overcast. It's officially fall. This is one of my favorite times of year. Actually, my favorite time of year. Throw your hoodie on. You dig what I'm saying? So today, just got my workout done. Y'all know how I do. Today, we're gonna do the topic is six-figure hustles. Six-figure hustles. These are all things that you can do that can make you. You should be, if you're not making six figures after doing this for at least a year or two, you're not doing it right. I should say within your first 2 years, you should be making six figures annually, straight up. And I have experience with every single one of them. So everything that I'm gonna name off these are six different things that I've done to acquire six figures, okay? If you have not done so already, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all already know the spiel. Helps out the algorithm and all that good shit. Okay? And that is for me giving you this free game, I would appreciate, just hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell, like, share, comment, all of that good shit. Okay? All right, let's get into it, man. Number one, six-figure hustles. Now, these are all things that you can do if you have a 9 to 5. These are all things you can do. All you need is a phone, a laptop, and a Wi-Fi connection. This is all you need. You know, all of these you can do literally from your phone, okay? I have experience from all of them. Number one, Amazon, fulfillment by Amazon, Amazon FBA. Now, what is that? On Amazon, there's a way that you can sell if you can buy a product and sell it on Amazon. Okay. One thing that got me started in Amazon FBA a couple of years ago. This was probably 2017. So this is basically after my reset. I fell on my ass. I had to figure my life back out. This is before I found real estate. I started selling books on Amazon. So basically, I got the Amazon link, Amazon sellers account. Okay. And I think I was paying $40 a month, and I had the mobile app on my phone, and it had a scanner on it. So basically I would go to, and it's something I picked up from YouTube. All right. Now, some of y'all might think like, damn, selling books on Amazon, that don't sound profitable. It actually is. If you have the right type of book, you can resell it on Amazon and you can make you some money. But the thing is, with Amazon FBA, it's about volume. You got to sell a lot of shit to start making some money. So I had a library of my own. I had accumulated well over 150 books. And, you know, I was moving. So I was like, yo, I got to get rid of all this shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, these books, I know I can get back again. I'm not tripping. So I sold all my books, all right? I sold all of my books. I sold all of my fiance's books at the time. And all I did was I paid Amazon a fee of $40 a month. I scanned with my mobile Amazon seller account. I scanned the books to see how much they would sell for. And the ones that had a good profit margin, all you do is you go get some shipping labels, and you print out the UPCs, and it's a whole process. Like, there's people on here that explain it a lot better, but I'm just giving you the lamest terms. And you put in the seller's account, you put in the UPCs, and this is this book. You put the UPCs on the books, and then you ship them at UPS, and you know, they get fulfilled. And as they sell, you start to check your seller's account. You see, oh, okay, this book sold, this book sold. You get paid monthly. But to sell shit like that, you got to sell a hell of them. I think when I first started, I had over 300 books. And my first month, I think I made and this is the thing with Amazon. This is the con with Amazon. The con with Amazon is I think they take 30% of all of your shit, okay? They take 30%. But the thing is, the books, I was getting books too, I would fulfill books. So I would go to you can search for book sale, right? Local book sales on Google. and libraries will sell old books for like $1. Or you'll go to secondhand stores, excuse me. You go to a secondhand store and you buy books there, scan them, and you'll be surprised, man. Like, I used to go to the secondhand store on Leimert Park, man, right on Crenshaw, and right next to Ramona's, right there by the Denny's in that plaza, right there by Earl's, you feel me? And I would go in there like 2-3 times a week, and all the books in there $1. So I would scan them, and sometimes you would get first edition books, man, that are selling on Amazon for $150. And I'm buying this book for $100. So, you know, I would do that shit like 2-3 times a week. And this is when I was broke. I didn't have no money. This was like how I was making my money. I was making my money through this, and I was doing a lot of shit. You know, one thing about me, I'm a hustler. So it's like, I'm going to keep throwing shit at the wall until something sticks. You know what I mean? I know that sounds crazy, but you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's called retail arbitrage. All right. One thing you can do too with Amazon is private label. So basically, if you got a bag, I wouldn't even tell you to get into this if you ain't got no money. Like, if you ain't got no, I'm talking about like 10 racks sitting there ready. You know what I'm saying? Private label is basically you buy generic stuff. Say, for instance, you want to have a fitness brand. You go on Alibaba and you source AliExpress to Alibaba.com, and you source. You want to do fitness shit. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do. We're gonna start off with jump ropes and yoga mats and water bottles and all that type of shit. And you buy all of that. You hire somebody on Fiverr to design the insignia for you. Say you want to call it Hella Fitness. You know what I'm saying? Hella Fit. You get the insignia, put on all that. You ship all that shit, all the designs over to the guys in China to fulfill it for you. They send it to you. You know what I mean? They let you know, okay, cool, this is how we can make it look. And from that point on, you can get all your shit fulfilled through Amazon. So you have Hella Fit jump ropes and all types of shit. You know what I mean? So that's what private label is. It's basically you put your insignia on something generic, and now it's your shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you getting the jump ropes for 50 a watt, and you're selling Hella Fit ones on Amazon for $7.99. You dig what I'm saying? So that's private label. Okay, and you can do that with anything. You can do that with vitamins. You can do that with health supplements. You can do that with beer, vodka, anything. Anything on the market can be white label. Wine. At some point, I'm going to have my own tequila down the line. You know, one of my biggest dreams in my 40s is to have my own vineyard. So that's down the line. All right. Another way you can do retail arbitrage is basically by buying and selling shit on eBay, or buying and selling shit through, there's a bunch of different apps that you can use to do retail arbitrage, okay? Number 2, Shopify. Shopify, this is another thing I've done. 2017, at the same time of me flipping shit on Amazon, I was also doing Shopify. My first store, I've had 3 different Shopify stores. The first 2 were failures. Because I didn't have a bag. So I was on YouTube, so I'm like, oh, I can open up a drop shipping store with no money. Don't even try that shit, man. Like, look, if you don't have a bag to pay for advertising, or you don't have social proof, social leverage, or I mean, you got a crazy following social media wise, don't even think about doing Shopify. You gotta have a bag for that shit, okay? I learned that shit. So I launched my first store in September of 2017. It was called the Pacific District, and it was a woman's clothing store. High-end shit. I had basically, it was all drop shipping, and you can do either drop shipping or print on demand on Shopify. Now, drop shipping basically is you basically have you're selling women's clothes. So I was selling like skirts and women's heels and all this type of shit. Now, this is something I've done before. Like when I first started hustling in the streets. Like I used to sell women's purses and wallets and boots and all type of shit. You know what I mean? So this was nothing different than I'd ever done before. I just was doing it online. So basically you find someone that you have a manufacturer that sells heels, ladies' heels for $10 a piece, right? You basically put them on your store, Shopify store, and you're selling them for $25. The person, your consumer, pays you, right? They pay you through your Shopify store, and then you pay the manufacturer, and the manufacturer ships your product to your consumer. You've made a $14 profit. That's drop shipping. So basically, you never have any inventory, okay? And then you have print on demand. My second store was hellamerch.com. When I had Kevin Hates Hip Hop, my podcast, I think I launched that in, it was like March 2015. I might throw a couple of things I had. Y'all tap in. That's some of the shit I was selling. I had this Hustler brand. You know what I mean? The Hustler collection, that's what I called it. And I was doing basically selling merch for my podcast. I think it was my 200th episode or 250th episode. I was like, yo, I'm gonna start selling merch. And I did pretty good. I mean, it wasn't a failure. I'm gonna say I did cool. I made money. You know what I mean? I just didn't hold on to it for that long. The whole purpose of the print on demand was basically I hired someone on Fiverr to make a design for me. The Hustler shit you see right there. I went through Printful. What else was there? There was a bunch of different apps that you can use on Shopify that allow you to use print on demand. I uploaded my, I got a Printful account, and there was another one, something cat. But Printful was one I used, right? And I uploaded my design, the Hustler design, to their shit, and I made Hustler t-shirts, shower curtains, dog. I mean, fuck, man, like, look at this right here. Like, you know, my Hustler backpack, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a little dark. Hustler backpack, you know what I'm saying? Like, I created a lot of shit. And people that would listen to the podcast was buying, you know what I mean? But the problem is with print on demand is the quality of the t-shirts and the hoodies, like, they don't come out the greatest, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really be on top of that shit. So that's print on demand. And it's very similar to drop shipping. Basically, someone pays you, say for instance, I had that backpack right there. Printful would charge me $18 for that backpack with the insignia. I would charge $32.99. Someone pays me for the backpack through my Shopify site. Then I fulfill it by paying that money to Printful, and Printful ships it. They fulfill it and ship it to the consumer. That's how you do print on demand, okay? We got a couple more. I know this is a little long-winded. Smartphone reselling. This is something else I've done. This is another form of retail arbitrage. I have a whole book on it. Tap in. I just break it down for you real simply. Basically, I would find phones, smartphones online, make people offers. I have a manufacturer I've been dealing with based out of Pennsylvania. And they send every week, they send a spreadsheet. They send a spreadsheet telling you exactly, you know, hey, the iPhone 12, 64 gig, and they buy all types. Your phone could be beat up. It could be, as long as it's not stolen. Don't buy them stolen shit because they're not gonna pay for that. So I would get phones, say for instance, I get an iPhone 9, or is it iPhone 9? iPhone 10, right? Let's say iPhone 11. iPhone 11, 64 gig, unlocked. I'm just making the numbers up. My manufacturer would be like, yo, we buying those at this condition for $300. I find somebody online that's selling that phone. They say they want $300. Look, I'll give you, or they say they want $220 for it. Yo, I'll give you $175 for it. I'll give you $150 for it. I get it from them for $150, meet them in person. I send a PayPal invoice to my manufacturer, and then the manufacturer usually pays you that day or 24 hours later, and then you ship the phone to them. Now they do phones, they do all type of electronics, Samsung phones, they do laptops, they do Apple TVs, they do all type of shit. Okay, my manufacturer does all type of shit. And that's how you do it. Like, you can make it back. I mean, shit, tap in the link below. I got people, social proof, telling me people like, I had friends of mine who literally did that shit this time last year and they was making a bag. You know what I mean? So tap into that shit. Number 4, podcasting. I always wanted to podcast. Podcasting was something I always wanted to be a radio personality when I was a kid. My mom bought me a boombox. This is 95. A boombox with like a built-in microphone. And I'd be like, yo, this is Kevin. Woo. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like 11 years old and shit. That was my shit. So then eventually I wanted to start a podcast in college, but you know, iTunes, like, podcasting came out in 2005. I wanted to start one back then, 2005, 2006. I just didn't know how to do it. And eventually I actually had a YouTube channel where I put a couple of videos up around 2007, 2008. I wish I would have kept that shit. I think I deleted those videos. This is like 2008. I was living in my first apartment in the Bay, a little in the hood, you know what I'm saying? A little turfed out spot. And then it progressed from, I started doing Vimeo videos. I still got those up. And then the podcast, it basically came from me doing this shit. I would leave my girl's house. This is like 2010, 2011, 2012. On a Monday morning, I had about 20-minute drive back home, and I would be driving. I call it the morning mouthpiece. I'd literally be on my phone recording the SoundCloud app, shopping game. And from that point, I started doing a podcast with my man, Jamie Jones. That was Kevin Hates Hip Hop, the very first inception. And then we did 10 episodes, and I created my own shit in March of 2014. Podcasting can definitely make you some money through advertising. I had all type of advertising, man. I had DraftKings. I had Stamps.com. I had even smaller people, like people would have like they would have an album they wanted to come out. Like, my shit was, I would play music on my shit. So I would be like, yo, charge the motherfucker, like, yo, if you want me to play your song, send me this bread. You know what I'm saying? And I was making money off advertising with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I had corporate sponsors. I remember after a couple of years, I was literally paying my rent with my shit. You know what I mean? So podcasting can make you some bread. Number 5, call center, creating a call center. Basically what I have now. So basically you go to Upwork.com, you look for people that are cold callers. Now I need cold callers because I do real estate, right? You get people that are like paying like, yo, I want $4 an hour. You get about 5 different people. You put an ad up on Upwork. You do an advertise and make sure that you train these people. You know what I'm saying? You get about 5 to 10 people, and you basically get them at $4 or $5 an hour. And basically from that point, you put an ad up that you have a call center, and people pay you. Basically, they'll pay you, I don't know, 10. You could charge if you doing like 4. If you got people paying, you pay them $5 an hour. I would say you charge the other consumer $12 to $15 an hour, right? And they gotta have a minimum of 40 hours a week, a minimum of 2 callers. You're getting paid a $10 profit per hour for finding work for people. That's the call center, right? So think about it. If you got 10 callers and they're all doing 40 hours a week, right? So you owe them $200 a week. And in their countries, $200 a week is a lot of money. If somebody's getting paid $4 to $5 USD, 40 hours a week, $5 an hour USD, US dollar, you know what I'm saying? 40 hours a week, that's $200. A lot of these countries that they can get by. $800 a month, and then you're getting paid $10 on top of finding them work, basically. Because you're basically taking the same people, hiring the same people from Upwork, same people from Upwork, and you're advertising in your call center on Upwork as well. Usually people from the US who need cold callers for real estate or whatever. And you got 10 cold callers and you're paying them, you're getting paid $10 an hour profit on top of that. $10 profit times times 10 people. You know what I mean? That's what, $100 times 40 hours a week? Bruh, that's a bag. That's a bag, bruh. That's a bag. I mean, like, really, let's break down the number. You get one cold caller. You're paying them $200 for 40 hours a week at $5 an hour. Then you hire someone hires you for $15 an hour, right? So that gives you a $10 profit times 40 hours a week. That's what? 10 times 40, that's $400, right? So you're making $200 profit every single week, and you got 10 cold callers, right? So you're making $2,000 a week for having a call center. Real shit. And the last one is this: self-publishing a book, man, audiobook. I put out 3 books last year. I put out my phone flipping book, Running Up a Check. I put out the G Code, the Rules and Regulations to the Game. And I also put out Hella Life Lessons. I published all those on my own. The first 2 I put on Amazon. If you're gonna self-publish, this is me. Amazon looks great, but they take a fucking chunk out of your bread. You feel me? So I would suggest that you centralize your shit to go directly through your website, or if you don't have your own website, use Payhip or Gumroad. You know what I mean? Now, if you're gonna do audiobook, I put my audiobook on Bandcamp. You did? But my ebooks are on Gumroad. Gumroad don't take out that much bread. Bandcamp, they pay you the next day. So say for instance, you put an audiobook out and you sell 10 of them motherfuckers on your first day, you sell 60 of them on your first day, you're gonna get paid the very next day. Bandcamp, with Gumroad, they pay you every other Friday. You know what I mean? So, and I think they only take 3 to 5%? Amazon, bruh, they take 30% of all your shit? Like, if you ain't got a stupid following, I wouldn't even fuck with Amazon, bruh. But yeah, man, that's a 6-figure hustle. I know this was a long-winded one. There's a lot of game in this one. Make sure you subscribe, man. I done gave you a lot of game. This is six-figure hustles. You did? Follow me. Also, tap into my Discord channel. I got a lot of people joining. It's free. We talk about investment. The shit I gave you here is shit I talk about on my Discord channel for free. The Circa 84 group. Tap in. Link in the bio. Buy my 3 books. You dig? If you want to learn more about the phone flipping phones, smartphones, I gave y'all layman's. You want to learn who my distributor is and all the other shit, I'll break it down to a T. It's in my Gumroad below. And yeah, that's it. All right, peace and love.